1903, Herman and Emma Late purchased a farm in the hills north of the village of Esperance. The farm was given the name Oak Nose, named after the white oak that towered over the property. Oak Nose Farm would be the childhood home of Fred Lape, the man who would spearhead the transformation of a failing farm into a landscape of natural beauty. Fred's childhood was spent on Oak Nose Farm. There he gained a deep appreciation for the nature that surrounded him. He would return to Oak Nose later on to take care of his father. During this time, he began publishing the magazine Trails with his friend Lansing Chrisman. The quarterly magazine was filled with poems and stories about the outdoors and was Fred's first way of reciprocating his love for the natural world. For Fred, artistic expression was a treasured value. Oak Nose became the epicenter for free-spirited travelers and locals until the 1940s, when Fred began teaching at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. One night while attending a concert, Fred met George Landis, an economics professor who shared his interests in music. Upon realizing Fred's knowledge of plants and flowers, George recruited him for a landscaping project at his home in Troy. The two grew to be close friends as they worked together on George's gardens. They spent much time visiting nurseries and sifting through catalogs in search of rare specimens. In 1950, George Landis died suddenly, leaving a large amount of his estate to Fred. Oak Nose Farm became George Landis Arboretum in 1951, named in Fred's words, for the friend who made it possible, both in life and in death. Fred wasn't much of a businessman, but his passion and kindness helped him greatly in the years that followed. In the mid-1950s, Fred met Van Loveland, a banker and nature enthusiast whose guidance led to Landis receiving its official nonprofit status. Van is also notable for the gardens that he planted and maintained during his time at Landis. The flowers that he planted were responsible for attracting many visitors, and the Van Loveland Gardens are still a favorite amongst visitors to this day. The Arboretum began to fall into a state of decline following Van's death in 1977. Though Fred was beginning to slow down in his old age, he continued planting and upkeep for as long as he could manage. Those that visited Landis left with memories of the kind man riding his tractor or planting trees, eager to stop and tour them around the land so dear to him. In 1985, Fred Lape passed away in Jocotepec, Mexico. With him went the memories of the free-spirited days spent on Oak Nose Farm. Around this time, the Arboretum began to fall into a state of decay. However, due to the endeavors of donors and members alike, the spirit of Landis has not only survived, but thrived. Over the past decade, the Arboretum has experienced a whirlwind of growth. From the many renovations around the grounds, to the community of nature enthusiasts that make Landis a great place to be. The Landis community and all of the support it offers has been an essential part of the Arboretum since its creation. To this day, the community continues its growth and support through the numerous events hosted at Landis. Another way to show support is through donations. Donations have helped Landis grow for the past 50 years. Please consider donating to help guide the Arboretum through its next 50 years. The George Landis Arboretum is blessed with a rich history of environmental stewardship. With your financial support, we can preserve our past and move into the future, sharing our heritage and our mission for many more generations. Will you be a part of Landis's future?